Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in today's show, Tzu Chi's winter aid distributions in China are helping improve the lives of many residents in Fujian. In the United States, Tzu Chi volunteers are continuing to help Hurricane Sandy survivors by handing out cash cards and raising funds. And we meet health management specialist Wang Lianxing to see how she helps the employees in her company stay fit and healthy. As Tzu Chi volunteers in Fujian, China continue to carry out winter relief distributions in Quanzhou City, many local residents came to offer their assistance, and among them was Tzu Chi care recipient Yang Zhiyou. An accident 5 years ago left Yang's legs paralyzed, but with Tzu Chi's care, she discovered a new meaning to life through giving.
The spacious interior area allows unimpeded access for Yang's wheelchair.
I can go wherever my wheelchair can go.
Even doing laundry is no difficult task.
I push that there and bring this here, and I can hang the clothes just fine.
With her wheelchair as her legs, Yang tries to do everything on her own. Yang's mother, concerned about her daughter, travels 2 hours by foot every day to see her, rain or shine.
On
the way, Yang's mother will pick up recyclables and take her to her home for them to sort together.
We're just doing what we can, no matter how much. We can help those less fortunate than us.
5 years ago, Yang's life hit rock bottom, and she tried to end her own life by jumping into a well. Although she survived, the tragedy left her legs paralyzed.
I am getting older, and with her reduced mobility, I worry no one will be able to look after her. But after meeting you Tzu Chi volunteers, I feel more reassured.
With the volunteers' care, Yang began to embrace Tzu Chi, and through watching DaAi TV, she found value in life once again. She has also invited friends and relatives to watch, and after some time, they have become Tzu Chi members as well.
If Ziyou can do such a great job, healthy people like us should definitely give our love as well.
Going to help out at the winter relief distribution for the first time, Yang is somewhat nervous as the volunteers help her down the stairs. Exerting her full potential, Yang invites everyone she comes across to join Tzu Chi.
今天见到那场面那么多，我真的非常感动，真的很感动，真的。还要再来吗？还要。
Although I am paralyzed, I have a healthy mind. I will continue to do good for the benefit of others.
By helping others, Yang has overcome her physical disability, and her heart, like her name Ziyou, has been set free.
Last year, we brought you the story of paraplegic Su Baojun, who lives in Quanzhou City. Recently, the volunteers returned to see how Su is doing and found the young man excited about his new business opportunities.
As evening falls, volunteers arrive at the house of Su Baojun. Su is a paraplegic, and the constant use of his chin to control the computer's mouse has caused the area to become heavily calloused.
This is a big wound here below your chin. Tomorrow we will go to see a doctor about changing your dressing.
With his body bedbound, Su has found his freedom on the internet. There, he shares the master's dharma with his friends and uses online chat rooms to comfort other care recipients.
We share and encourage each other by looking towards the future and the brighter side of things.
Now, Su sells walkie-talkies online. Sometimes, when business is good, he sells 15 units in a month. With the profits, Su bought himself a water dispenser, a TV, and a heater. Su doesn't let the ups and downs in business get him down. For him, being able to support himself financially is already a blessing.
I was so excited. My first customer, I gave him a discount on the shipping. Since he was my first customer, I charged him very little.
Of course, I'm happy for him, and also at times, I'm worried as he cannot use his arms and legs to sell things. But when you come, it puts him in a better mood.
As a parting gift, Sue gives several walkie-talkies to the volunteers. He hopes that in the future, he will have more chances to give back to society and find blessings in the process.
Staying in China while Tzu Chi volunteers were in Fujian's Quanzhou city for a 3-day distribution, they visited 6 villages in Quangang district, helping some 16,000 families. Apart from traveling to remote mountainous areas, volunteers also took a boat to deliver the much-needed winter supplies to residents in Huiyu Island. With a boat full of winter aid supplies, Tzu Chi volunteers are traveling to the offshore island of Huiyu in Quanzhou to visit needy residents. One resident, Mr. Xiao, was already waiting at the harbor to show volunteers the way to his home. Grandma Chen, who lives alone, also came to lead the way. Upon arriving at Grandma Ten's house, the senior is moved to tears as she barely has any visitors.
Don't be upset, Grandma. We all care about you. Don't be sad.
Apart from Huiyu, Quangang district is one of the poorest areas of Quanzhou city, and most of the residents here are seniors over 70 years of age. Tzu Chi volunteers next visit Dangjiao village, where they are warmly greeted by the 128 senior residents waiting for the relief items.
We are here to bring you our love and to thank you for giving us the opportunity to give.
The 20-kilo bag of rice and daily necessities will be a great help for every family in the upcoming new year. For the visually impaired seniors, volunteers personally deliver these supplies to their doorsteps, an act which deeply moved Grandma Shouqing. Cherishing this love that comes from far and wide, residents all speak of their gratitude. Moved by Tzu Chi's efforts to help the needy, one bus driver decides to help these seniors transport their aid supplies home.
It's nothing, it's really nothing compared to your love. What I do is not much.
Surrounded by love and care, this winter is a warm one for all. In the United States, New York Tzu Chi volunteers once again visited Staten Island to distribute cash cards to help Hurricane Sandy survivors. This time around, they helped Mexican illegal migrants at a local immigration center.
Marking their last aid distribution before Christmas, Tzu Chi volunteers in New York go to El Centro in Staten Island to hand out cash cards to illegal immigrants from Mexico.
Those who are on the list can come in. Those who are not allowed to come in. If you have any problem, please contact El Centro. Any inquiries about FEMA, you can also ask us.
These people don't qualify for government services. So, like other victims, you know, they qualify for FEMA and they're getting a lot of help from everybody. They're not getting help from anybody. And they didn't go to the shelters. They've been staying with other family members, many living in very overcrowded conditions. So these are like victims who are doubly affected by the storm.
Due to the sensitivity needed when handling the identity for these illegal immigrants, the volunteers spent 3 weeks getting the distribution list ready.
We contacted through the Mayor's Office on Immigrant Affairs. The difficulty with working with this population is that many are afraid to come forward. It takes time to build the trust in the community, to get people to come forward.
To break through the language barriers, New York Tzu Chi chapter sent volunteers who can speak Spanish to help interpret.
Sleeping so peacefully. Really, 我很高兴可以帮忙到. Yeah, finally using my skill. That's good, right? Tiene mucho sueño. ¿Cómo se llama?
Movida del lugar, la movió el agua y...
My stuff is all flooded. I can't go back to my place. My daughter suffers from cerebral palsy. I'm going to wash my daughter, buy some clothes and diapers for her. I don't know what I'll do in the future because I don't have a job.
My brother and I live on the second floor. We have 7 people sharing 2 rooms. I will buy children's school stuff first. Thank you so much. May God give you more.
For both the survivors and the volunteers, this aid distribution is once-in-a-lifetime Christmas experience. Meanwhile, it also marks the transition of Tzu Chi's aid from emergency care to short-term relief work. From now on, the assistance will mainly go to disadvantaged groups.
Here we start our short-term care for these survivors. We will continue our efforts to care for these people who were once forgotten.
Also, in the United States, in mid-December, Tzu Chi volunteers prepared a charity concert to raise funds for Hurricane Sandy survivors, with participating performers from all walks of life. Let's take a look.
Andy Shen performs a piano piece for the audience. Despite suffering from cranial nerve palsy, he overcame his limitations by learning how to play the piano. Tzu Chi volunteers also share with everyone their experiences during their aid distributions for Sandy survivors.
At the aid distribution venue, although there were 1,000 or 2,000 people, it was still very orderly and organized.
At the charity concert, there were hundreds of audience members, while performers from different fields contributed their talents to help raise funds. Saxophone quartet, a Myanmar dance from the community dance group featuring traditional harvest dance. Finishing with the performance of a Tzu Chi volunteer sign language song, this really was an international event.
For many years now, during the Christmas season, Tzu Chi volunteers in Vancouver, Canada, have been caring for those in need. In Chinatown's Cooper Place, senior residents enjoyed a Christmas show and tasty dishes prepared by Tzu Chi volunteers. Meanwhile, responding to a hotel manager's request, the volunteers went to the London hotel to care for low-income tenants.
Upon arriving at the London Hotel in Vancouver, Tzu Chi volunteers find that police are dealing with an incident with a tenant. Seeing the tenant's impoverished lives, the hotel's manager, Matthew, invited Tzu Chi to bring their love and care here.
We do believe your heart is the God. Some people we have here that if nobody came and gave them a present, they may not receive any present for Christmas. So I think it's healing to their heart for them to know that somebody cares about them.
As a former prisoner, Matthew once received Tzu Chi's timely care and encouragement when he was looking for a job, and now he wants to reciprocate by helping others.
I care about them, and I think it's good that good feelings and good wishes and good tidings we put into their lives.
Tzu Chi's selfless love soon inspires a tenant to adopt a bamboo point bank. Here in Chinatown, Tzu Chi volunteers also bring care and blessings to the senior residents at Cooper Place. In the kitchen, the volunteers are busy preparing meatless dishes.
We brought good luck ornaments from Taiwan and soda crackers for the senior residents.
Feeding the volunteers' kindness, the seniors are all smiles.
We know the elderly here quite well. Every time they laugh, we feel happy.
Seeing these senior residents enjoy a joyous holiday is the best gift these volunteers could ask for.
In Japan, Tsuji volunteers carried out 4 year-end blessing ceremonies in Miyagi Prefecture between December 22nd and 24th. On its final day, Tsuji volunteers arrived at Kahoku to celebrate the end of a peaceful year.
Since the 311 crash, houses along the street have been reconstructed. Many have yet to recuperate from the traumatic experience.
I once wished that the tsunami would have taken me, but after some time, I feel it's truly wonderful that I survived.
80-year-old Onami Tatsuko was initially housebound due to sore foot, but gave in to her pain when the volunteers extended their warm invitation to the year-end blessing ceremony.
My heart seems to have been healed by Tsuji. I feel so blessed these days.
The sense of contentment are the results of many months of care and love for the residents of Northeast Japan, as Tsuji's support has not stopped even after the disaster.
It's a wonderful opportunity to allow us to work towards the same goal of spreading the seeds of great love further and deeper here in the Northeast Japan.
Tsuji's 3 days year-end blessing ceremonies in Northeast Japan hope to bring peace and serenity to the hearts of these residents.
In this health-conscious society, many companies have already included regular health checkups for their employees. However, some corporations have taken it one step further by hiring a health management specialist to look after their workers full-time. And today we meet one of them, Wang Lianxing.
Inside a corporate office, everyone suddenly stands up and starts waving their arms around. What is going on? As it turns out, they are taking an exercise break designed by Wang Lianxing. With 11 years of nursing experience, she's now a health management specialist for a private company.
My previous place of employment was a health screening center. It was there that I saw how many illnesses can be prevented.
In Taiwan, the role of health management specialist is still a new concept for companies. As for Wang's current job, she helps co-workers plan out a personalized, healthy lifestyle. At the end of the workday, staff members do not hurry home as it's time for yoga class. Relaxing and stretching, these exercise classes are free for employees. The company pays for it all.
People are a company's biggest asset. Workers are people too, especially those who sit at a desk all day.
As nothing is worth more than a healthy employee.
里面是有一颗药啊，是控制你那心脏跳得比较慢。
那你目前的血压状况大概维持在多少
？120几130吧。
Wang checks out the numbers against Chen Zhichen's report as Chen's previous lifestyle sent him to the hospital.
过年去走
One night I was heading home when I felt my heart hurting, then began to sweat. So I went to the emergency room and the doctors told me it was a heart attack. I was immediately scheduled for surgery.
The surgery saved his life, and after quitting smoking and gaining a healthier lifestyle, Chen's sales numbers also rose.
Smoking causes chronic inflammation of blood vessels, and clots will start to form at these inflamed areas and block blood flow.
She will ask after me, keeping track if I've quit smoking. I told her that I have. Before the health management specialist was here, we just blindly went about our ways.
With these reminders, Wang guides everyone to a healthier lifestyle. What looks like a kitchen in someone's home is actually a fully functional kitchen set up by the company to encourage their workers to eat out less. Wang has also come up with dishes that are good to eat and healthy.
It tastes good and I don't feel heavy after I eat these meals.
Wang tries to encourage everyone to not just talk about taking care of their health, but actually put it into practice.
It's my duty to have my co-workers incorporate healthy concepts into their life.
Hiring a health management specialist is an extra cost to companies. However, healthy employees are worth the investment.
In Zhunan of Miaoli, 73-year-old Grandma Xu lives in solitude. With the new year just around the corner, city volunteers and university students arrived to clean Grandma Xu's home, bringing with them joy and laughter that the house hasn't felt in a long time.
The house is filled with boxes and clutter, but all these are 73-year-old Grandma Xu's treasures. Among the clutter, an unwelcome infestation of insects and bugs are crawling about.
I'm very scared of bugs, but when I saw other Ciqings helping out so willingly, I told myself there's nothing to be afraid of.
With 3 of her sons passed away and the other living at a nursing home, Grandma Xu lives all by herself. As the new year is just around the corner, city volunteers and university students arrive to help clean up her home.
The walls were dirty, there was a lot of grease, but we scrubbed it and they are clean now. I like it, I feel great.
When I first arrived at her home, I felt that it was so dirty. Then I thought of my own home and I felt really blessed.
To allow the grandma to enjoy the blessing of the new year, from kitchen to bedroom, everything is cleaned. Volunteers also give her a new mattress with a warm blanket to get through the winter. A clean environment and a room filled with laughter and delight, Grandma Xu truly is feeling the joys of the new year.
In Taiwan, first-year students at the Tzu University traveled to Jingse Boat in Hualien to help with the year-end cleaning. As the students busied themselves with cleaning and sweeping the buildings and grounds, many experienced a different form of spiritual training.
Here at the Jingse abode in Hualien, 150 freshmen from Tzu University arriving Wednesday morning with their teacher. These students are busy cleaning every corner of the temples at the year-end cleaning.
Usually I don't do chores at home, so this is all new for me.
Although inexperienced, the students make up for it with their enthusiasm. As they clean the surrounding environment, the students found they were also emptying their hearts and minds of needless thoughts and distractions.
We are just concentrating on every action at hand. There are no other thoughts. Usually it is not like this, as we will always be thinking about what we have to do tomorrow and so on.
Through the activity, everyone hopes that the students will be able to find their own path in calming the heart.
We stay in Taiwan at the end of today's program. To celebrate the end of 2012, Taichung Tzu Hospital organized a banquet, inviting over 500 volunteers who served at the hospital to attend. At the event, medical staff all came together, not only to put on a series of performances, but also to show their gratitude to the volunteers. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.